Welcome back to SoilSage Chronicles, fellow soil whisperer. If you've been brewing your own liquid fertilizers or ferments like FPJ, lab boosters, or green grass teas, then you already know that surface area is everything. But here's a burning question many gardeners overlook. Should you chop your materials or blend them? And which method actually speeds up fermentation the fastest? Let's break it down in a practical, experience-based way. Because here on SoilSage Chronicles, we don't deal in fluff. We deal in results. Fermentation works when microbes break down plant material and extract nutrients. The more exposed surface area your ingredients have, the faster the microbes can work. Simple, right? But here's where the debate begins. Chopped materials leave chunks, pockets of air, and structure. Blended materials are liquefied, exposing every cell to microbes instantly. So, which one actually wins when you're aiming for rapid nutrient extraction? Before we jump to the verdict, let's explore how each method affects the fermentation process. Chopping. Gentle breakdown with controlled fermentation. Chopping leafy greens, kitchen scraps, or plant matter with a knife or garden shears gives you medium-sized pieces, enough to increase surface exposure, but still maintaining structure. What happens when you chop? Fermentation starts slower with microbes taking time to penetrate fibers. The process is more controlled, reducing the risk of foul smells or over-fermentation. Chunks create air pockets, allowing aerobic-friendly organisms to kick in first. Works perfectly for longer ferments like slow-grass brews or dry sugar ferments used in K&F-style systems. Best for gardeners who prefer slow, rich brews packed with microbial life. Want less foam and less gas buildup in their containers. Don't want to babysit their buckets every day. Are fermenting materials with lower moisture content like comfrey stems, banana peels, or manure-based brews. Downside, chopping delays, full breakdown. While rich in microbes, it can take 5 to 14 days longer compared to blended material before nutrients are fully available to your plants. Now, let's talk about blending. What I like to call the fermentation accelerator button. When you toss plant material into a blender, you're not just cutting it, you're obliterating cell walls, releasing juices instantly, and handing microbes a buffet. What happens when you blend? Instant release of plant juices means fermentation starts within hours, not days. Microbes access nutrients immediately. Fastest extraction possible. Ferment becomes rich, highly active, and bubbly within 24 to 48 hours. Perfect for quick fertilizers, emergency plant boosts, and fast brews. Best for gardeners who need rapid liquid fertilizers, especially during plant stress or heavy feeding periods. Have soft materials like grass, plantain, weeds, spinach leaves, or kitchen greens. Want maximum efficiency and fastest microbe reproduction. Are brewing FPJ, FFJ, blended weed teas, or high nitrogen grass ferments. Downside? Blended ferments can go wild. Too active too fast means... So, here's the thing. If you leave blended material unattended, it develops a strong odor and can sour pretty quickly. You really have to stir or burp it every single day to release those trapped gases. And, if you don't add sugar or brown molasses properly, it might just rot instead of fermenting. Now let's break it down with a quick comparison. Chopped material? It ferments slowly, over 3 to 5 days, keeps odors very stable, and there's only minimal gas or pressure risk, but the microbial richness builds up gradually. Blended material? That kickstarts fermentation fast, within 24 hours, but you've got to monitor it for odor. There's a high risk of gas or pressure buildup, and it needs daily burping, though the microbe activity is really explosive. So, if your goal is super fast fermentation, blending wins, hands down. But here's the secret most gardeners don't realize. Blending gives you speed, but chopping gives you fermentation depth. Think of it like making compost tea. Blending is like squeezing an instant tea bag into water, while chopping is more like a slow steeping herbal infusion. And here's the trick I use on SoilSage Chronicles, the hybrid method. If you want fast action with long-lasting microbial richness, then try this approach. First, blend 30 to 40% of your plant material into a paste to jumpstart microbial activity instantly. Then, roughly chop the remaining 60 to 70% and add it in chunks. Add your sugar or molasses and stir thoroughly. seal it up, but don't forget to burp daily for the first 3 days. Let it settle. The chopped parts will keep feeding microbes long after the blended fraction is used up. This gives you fast nutrient release from the blender pulp, long-term microbial cycling from the chopped chunks, and a ferment that keeps working in your soil over a longer period, instead of dumping all the nutrients at once. I tested 3 buckets side by side using young grass and weeds. Bucket A, chopped only, started bubbling on day 3, had a mild smell, and was fully fermented in 10 days. Bucket B, blended only, started bubbling in 10 hours, had intense foam by day 2, a strong earthy smell, and was ready in 3 days, but it started souring by day 7. Bucket C, the hybrid combo, bubbled in 24 hours, had moderate foam, stayed active for 12 days, and produced a balanced, rich-smelling fertilizer that my plants absolutely loved. Verdict? The hybrid method gave me the best balance of speed, stability, and microbial diversity. So, here's my final advice. Blend if time is your enemy. Chop if you want long-lasting microbial richness. Hybrid if you want ultimate control and superior results. Whatever method you choose, just remember, microbes are your army. Your job is to prepare the battlefield. If this breakdown lit a spark of curiosity in your gardener's heart, then you're exactly the type of soil alchemist we love here on SoilSage Chronicles. Go ahead and subscribe, share this with another gardener, and stick around, because we're just getting started on unlocking the true power of fermentation in the garden. Let's keep brewing life into our soil, one bucket at a time.